This is Merrick Morey from SecurityGate. Let's get started with learning how to build your question library within the SecurityGate platform. I'll be going over how to create questions, map custom attributes, and utilize the various features of the question editor tool to maximize your insights post-assessment. In the left navigation column, click on the Module Builder category to reveal the Question Library section. Then click Question Library. You will be presented with the Question Library Management page. Here, you have the options to create questions, import questions from existing modules, export your question library, and upload questions. To create your first question, click on the Add New button. You will be presented with the Question tab within the question editor. Define your question or control description in the first open text field. Use the remediation recommendation and helper fields to provide supplementary information for your question. Feel free to label this question as people, process, or technology with the drop-down on the bottom right. Then, define a framework ID and assign a domain to the question. You may choose a domain from the default selections, or create your own by clicking on the three dots on the right of the drop-down menu. Navigate to the Risk tab within the question editor. Here, you may define potential risks in the event that the current question is not compliant or not implemented. You may choose from the default selections provided by SecurityGate or define your own. Similarly, in the Threat tab within the question editor, you may define potential threat vectors that can take precedence in the event that the current question is not compliant or not implemented. Again, you may choose from the default selections or define your own. These mappings for risks and threats provide valuable insights post-assessment. Note the API IDs created for your risks and threats within the Risk and Threat tabs. You may use these references when utilizing the Excel upload feature within the Question Library page. In the Custom Attributes tab of the question editor, you may define custom mappings to your question. Press on the Add button to open the Custom Attributes editor. Here, you may select the checkbox of the custom attribute that you'd like to map, and then confirm your choice with the Select button. You may choose multiple custom attributes per question. For a more detailed walkthrough of the custom attributes feature, refer to our custom attributes overview video. Also, when using the Excel upload feature to import questions into your question library, rather than defining them in the editor, be sure to use the API ID reference attached to each custom attribute category. In the Controls tab, click on the Add button. Here, you may define the control category for your question, or choose from the default selections. You may choose multiple controls to attach to each question. A control must be added within the Control tab in order for you to access the Subcontrol editor. Press on the Subcontrol tab, and then press on Add to define your subcontrol. Feel free to define your own subcontrols or choose from the default selections. Keep in mind that you may define multiple subcontrols per question if you wish. Each control and subcontrol has an API ID attached to it, which you can use as a reference for use within the Question Library Excel upload feature. In the MITRE ATT&CK ICS Tactics tab, you may map relevant MITRE tactics if applicable to your framework. Choose from our updated list of MITRE tactics by pressing on the Add button. You may choose to assign multiple tactics per question. When referencing a MITRE tactic for the Excel upload feature, the tactic name should be used as the reference. When referencing multiple tactics, separate each with commas. When you are finished with the question build-out, pressing on the OK button at the bottom right will finalize your question. Questions can be edited at any time by selecting the question row and pressing on the Edit button within the Question Library Management page. Additionally, you can add questions from existing modules by clicking on the SG Module Library button. Within the top left drop-down menus, define the assessment and optionally select a control to be presented with a question list. You may add these questions to your question library by selecting the checkboxes on each row and pressing on the Import button to append the questions to your question library. Feel free to contact a SecurityGate representative if you have any further questions. Thank you so much for watching.